Okay, why don't we start on our backs? And as always, you can start in whatever posture feels good to your body. So maybe the legs are straight, maybe the knees are bent, maybe they rest in together or out. And the arms can also be however they're comfortable for you, perhaps out away from the body, or maybe you like resting the hands on the body so that you have a place to direct your breath. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, that's always a good idea just to help you better bring your awareness inward. And as you do bring your awareness inward, just get a sense of how you're feeling, how the body is feeling, how the heart is feeling, how the mind is. Even as the body is still, there can be a sense of unrest, just like as we move the body, there can be a sense of stillness. So just check in and see where you are in this moment. See if you can collect your experience so that your awareness and what you're experiencing come together. And a good way to help us do that is to focus on our breathing. And we can start just by feeling the breath as it is. And then we can deepen the breath and breathe fully into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Letting the air out in the reverse order that it comes in. And now see if you can maintain your slow, focused breathing and bend your knees and lift your feet up to the height of the knees. Notice how this position really allows your lower back to flatten and press into the ground. And you can do that even more and feel that even more by pulling your belly toward your back. Now we'll lower one leg at a time. And the idea is that as the leg lowers, we press our belly into our back so much that the back doesn't arch away from the floor. It stays pressing flat into it. And when we lower the leg, we don't bend the knee, we lower from the hip. And you can coordinate this with your breathing. See if you want to lower on the inhale or on the exhale, whatever feels right to you. Pulling the navel down, curling the tailbone up in order to flatten the low back into the ground. One more on each side. And then hug the knees into the chest. Let the belly relax. Breathe down to your tailbone. Imagine that you can feel the breath swelling in your buttocks. And then extend the arms out to the side like a capital T. And then we're going to inhale here in the center. Exhale, bring the knees over to the right and don't let them quite touch down. And then inhale back to center. And then if you want to make this harder, straighten your legs. And it doesn't have to be all the way straight or all the way bent. Any amount you straighten them will challenge you more. And then turn the head the opposite way as your legs. Inhaling center, exhaling into the twist. One more on each side. And then the next time the legs come center, keep them center and straighten the legs. And if you need to put your hands under your lower back for this next one, feel free. It makes it a little easier, but it also takes the strain off the back if it hurts a little. We're just going to lower the back, lower the legs slowly with the legs straight, pointing and flexing the feet. Maintain control over the legs so that they go nice and slow. And then once the legs come down, take the arms overhead and stretch long, feet on the ground, stretching out through the feet, stretching out through the arms. Deep breath from fingers to toes. Beautiful. Now we're going to lift the legs up, bend the knees, and wrap the hands around the outsides of the feet. We're going to rock up and balance on the sit bones so the feet don't touch down, and then do it again. Just several times, rocking on the back without the feet touching the ground. Come to a moment of stillness. So you're rocking up. There's a moment of stillness where the feet are not touching down, and then rocking again. But rock all the way up. So you're on your sit bones. These are the stabilizing muscles in our abs. Keep going. And then the next time you come up, come all the way up, leaving your feet together. We'll just warm up the hips a little bit with some butterfly, bouncing the knees up and down. And then let that come to rest. Cross your left hand over your right shin above your ankle. And then inhale the right arm up and exhale over to the left. Really holding on with that left hand so that you can sink over to the left nicely. And then reach out long through your right fingers. Turn your gaze up and to the right. Breathing in, breathing out. And inhale up. Exhale the hand down and bring that right hand over the left shin. Inhale the left arm up. Lift your spine and relax over to the right as far as you can go. Turning your gaze up and to the left and reaching out of the left fingers. Big breath in, big breath out. And inhale up and exhale the arm down. Wrap both hands around your shins and pull toward you. Lift your chest, roll your shoulders back and down. And then exhale and hinge forward from the hips. Release your hands to the floor. Drop your head down, let your elbows bend. See if the breath can be both long and wide. Feel it filling up the torso. And then when you exhale, draw the navel toward the spine, helping to relax yourself over a little more. On your next inhale, roll up, reach up, and exhale, arms down. Plant the feet flat on the ground, hip width apart. Bring your hands to the ground behind you with your fingers facing toward your feet. And then, kind of like you're screwing the lid on a jar, rotate the right hand right and the left hand left and see if the shoulder blades come in together as you do that. Beautiful. And then press into your hands and feet and lift your hips. Send your head back so that it's roughly level with the rest of your body. And then if you want more of a challenge, lift your right leg and keep it level with the left leg, but the foot off the ground. Then if you want even more of a challenge, lift your left arm overhead. If you're doing a one-sided version, switch to the other side. Keep your hips lifted. Don't let your butt sag down. Get your butt up there. Beautiful. Release down. Flip your hands over so that the palms are facing up and the backs of the hands are on the ground. And then slide your hands forward as far as they'll go. And just breathe. Beautiful. And shake the hands out. And then take the legs nice and wide apart. Bring your hands behind you on your fingers and then push down to lift your buttocks up and slide your buttocks forward. Good. We're going to inhale and stretch up. Exhale, fold over one leg. Inhale, center, stretch up. Exhale, fold over the other leg. Go at your own pace. And try to bring your chest down to your thigh rather than your head down to your knee. You can go fast or slow, however you want. Try not to bend your knees. Last one. Come center. And then bring the hands down, either in front of you or behind you. So you want to maximize the stretch. So for some people, having the hands behind them really allows them to lift up through the heart. And the longer your spine is, the more of a stretch you'll have. If you feel like you can hinge forward without rounding your back, then the hands can come in front of you. And then just wait for the exhale to give you the sense of being able to release into it. Nothing to force, just breathe and relax. And then inhale to come up, reach the arms up. Exhale the arms down, bringing the hands to the outer legs, helping your legs around to the front. Shake them out. And then bring yourself onto hands and knees. Now, because it's Tuesday, I am going to show the more challenging version of our spinal movement. And if you want to just do a cat and a cow, feel free just to do that. You can also mix it up, see what you like. But those of you who are joining me, bring your hands in front of your shoulders, spread your fingers wide, and then on your exhale, curl your toes and lift into downward dog. And then on the inhale, roll over to the tops of your feet. Let your hips sink down. Don't touch the knees down. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest and eyes. Upward dog. Curl the toes and come back into downward dog. Roll over to the tops of your feet to come into upward dog. Or if you want to add, you can come into a plank as you inhale, lower down toward the floor as you exhale, come into upward dog as you inhale, and back to downward dog as you exhale. And on your next downward dog or cat pose, come into downward dog and stay there. And just sway your hips from side to side. When your hips sway right, press your right heel down. When your hips sway left, press your left heel down, but we're not bending either knee, keeping both straight. Just feeling the stretch in the calf as you push the heel down. And then hold with the hips to the left. Drop your chest, press down into your left heel. Sway your hips to the right. Press forward through your hands. Press down into your right heel. And then come center. Lift the left leg up, bend the knee, and make big circles in the air with that leg. And reverse. Good. And then just keep the leg bent. Flex the foot. Press that left foot back behind you. Look under your left arm. Press forward into your hands. Open the front of that left hip and breathe into the whole posture. Maybe tuck your tailbone under so your hips are kind of moving forward as your leg is moving back. Good. And then straighten the leg, look forward, inhale, and then exhale and step the foot up between the hands. Bring yourself up. Back heel is off the ground. Bend deeply into the front knee. Clasp your hands behind your back. Press the tailbone forward and the right heel back. And then lift your hands. Breathe into your chest. Notice which thumb is on the outside. Release your hands. Bring your left hand onto your left thigh, pressing down. Lift the right arm up. And now we're going to bring the right arm back and to the left. So we're mostly stretching over to the left, but we're also slightly going back. And then you really want to press your tailbone under you and maintain your back leg nice and straight and strong. And then bring that right elbow over that left leg. Bring the left hand on top of the right hand. As you inhale, stretch your chest longer. Bring it away from your hips. And then exhale, press your left hand down into your right hand. Rotate your ribs. Try to meet your heart center to your thumbs, looking past your left elbow behind you. Deep breath in. Feel the ribs expanding around the twist. And then see if the ribs can twist as you exhale. Keep pressing the left hand down. Beautiful. Bring your hands to the ground. Step your back foot forward about a foot. Straightening your front leg. Straighten your spine. Get it parallel to the ground. Lengthen by bringing your left hip back and your heart forward. And then exhale and scoop your lower belly in and up and let yourself fold over your leg. Relax your head. Push forward into your front foot, shifting weight into your back foot. Use your abdominal muscles to pull your left hip back. Breathe long and slow. Beautiful. Bend the front knee. Let your weight come forward until you can bring your left hand to about 10 o'clock of your left foot. And then lift your right leg. Roll your belly to face right and take your right arm up. And then if you can, take your gaze up to your right thumb. Bend your left knee, bring your hands down, step back into downward dog or come into child's pose to rest before we move on to the next side. Just take a few deep breaths. Sometimes downward dog can be restful. You can really let your spine drop, really let your head go. Okay, if you're in child's pose, please join us in downward dog. And we'll take that right knee up in the air and make big circles around with that right leg. And then reverse. And then keep the knee bent. and flex that right foot and send the foot back behind you. Push through the sole of the foot into an imaginary wall behind you. Look under your right armpit up toward the sky, pressing forward through the hands. See where the breath goes. Every shape that the body makes creates different pathways for the breath. Explore it from the inside. Good. Straighten the leg. Inhale, look forward past your hands. Exhale, step that right foot up between the hands. Leading the back heel off the ground, lift yourself up. Clasp your hands behind you with your opposite thumb on the outside. If you've already forgotten which one you did before, just do whichever one now feels less natural. Good. And then press back through the left thigh, forward through the tailbone, and lift your arms and spread your breath across your chest. Really take your time and feel the body breathing. Release your hands. Bring your right hand onto your right thigh. Send your left arm up. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale over to the right, but also slightly back. So you really feel that opening up that whole left hip and rib area. Reaching out of the fingers. Try to keep your left leg straight and your tailbone forward. And then we'll bend that left elbow, hook it over the right knee. Place your right hand on top of your left hand. Inhale and stretch your spine longer, moving your chest forward. And then exhale, press your right hand down, trying to bring your two thumbs to your heart center, looking over your right shoulder past your elbow, pressing back through your left heel. Breathing wide around the curve of your spine. And come center, bring the hands to the ground. Step your back foot up about a foot, straightening your front leg. Start with your spine straight, parallel to the ground. Inhale and lengthen your spine. Pull your right hip back and your heart forward. And then exhale, scoop your lower belly in and up, laying over your right leg. Try to bring the breath all the way up the length of your spine. Press forward into your right foot, shifting weight into your left foot, pulling your right hip back. And then bend the front knee, letting your weight come forward, taking your right hand to about 2 o'clock of your right foot. Lift your left leg up, Roll your belly open to the left and send your left arm up into the sky. And if you can complete that turn of your body by looking up at your left thumb, go ahead and try that. Activate your both legs. Imagine you're trying to breathe into your limbs, all four. Beautiful. Left hand down. Step the left foot beside the right foot. Let your knees bend. Take hold of your elbows and just hang here, resting, letting your spine lengthen with gravity. Feeling your breath moving up your spine, down again. And then sway from side to side, letting your body be like a pendulum, letting the weight of your elbows keep you down as you move with gravity. Come back to stillness. Keep your knees soft, your chin tucked. Roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. And bring your arms out in front of you with the thumbs down. And make big circles in the air. Opening those shoulders, taking the arms behind and down and in front and up and behind. And do a few more like that. And one more. Let the arms rest down. Maybe closing the eyes and just feeling both the movement and the stillness. Then cross your hands on your chest. We're going to circle the upper body around. Try to keep your hips stationary. Just make big circles with the upper body. Without moving the hips, without moving the belly. And then reverse. And come back to center. Keep your hands on your chest for a moment and just feel your hands breathing. Release the arms down. Bend the knees. And then drop your tailbone, drawing your belly in. Imagine you're sitting on a high stool behind you. Really let your buttocks lengthen down so we're not sticking it out like this and arching our back, but really dropping the tailbone as we bend the knees, and then take the arms up. Keep the shoulders down the back, reach up through the pinkies, pull the belly in and down. Keep the heels on the ground. And come back up to standing. Release your arms down. Lift your toes and spread them wide. Lower them back down. Bend your knees again. Shift your weight to the left until it feels like your body is entirely perched on top of that left foot. There's no weight in the right foot. And kind of center your body's weight over that left foot. So it's not in the inside, outside, front, or back, but the entire foot seems to be bearing your weight evenly. And then inhale the arms out. Exhale the right arm under the left. Bring the backs of the hands toward each other or wrap the hands around each other. And then inhale and lift the elbows. Open your eyes and look past your arms at a spot in front of you. That spot will most likely change. That's fine. We're going to cross that right leg over the left. For those who can't, you can just keep the toe on the floor. If you can cross, maybe the foot can hook behind. And then we're going to sit down just like we did in the last posture. Letting the tailbone drop down, really lengthening the lower back. Lifting the elbows so we open the upper back. Letting our mind focus so much on our breath. There's no movement in the mind, which will make for less movement in the body. Letting the eyes rest on one spot, finding stillness there. Pulling the belly in and down as you exhale, lengthening the back. And release. Coming back to your standing posture. Closing the eyes, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the belly, softening the knees, feeling the breath. This connection to the breath can be continuous. So it's not like when I say, let's be still and watch the breath, we do it, and then as soon as we start moving our bodies, we lose it. No, we stay rooted, anchored in that feeling of the breath and just layer the movement on top of it. And it actually makes it easier to do the movement part. It seems like, no, I want to focus my mind on what I'm doing. Focus your mind on your breath, and the doing will be easier. Okay, bend the knees and lift your toes, spread them wide, lower down, and then take your weight over your right leg. Really find that place in space where your body is balanced on top of that right foot. And then open your eyes, open your arms out to the side with a nice deep breath. And then exhale the left arm under the right, backs of the hands toward each other, to each other, or wrapped around each other. Opening the eyes, looking past your arms, settling your mind on your breath, settling your eyes on your drishti, your gaze point, And then crossing your left leg over, maybe just resting the big toe down, maybe crossing all the way, maybe hooking the foot behind. Maybe you've had to adjust where your eyes are resting, lifting those elbows, and then pulling the belly in and down, really lengthening the spine. Feeling each breath long and slow and deep. Hold back breathing. And release. Come back into stillness, closing the eyes if that's comfortable for you. Using the movement of the breath as your gateway to the stillness of the mind. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, flat back, straight legs, fold forward, dropping the head. Let's clasp the hands behind the back of the head and point the elbows toward the space behind us. And then inhale, press the head into the hands. And then exhale, press the hands into the head. As you press the head into the hands, resist it with your hands. And then as you press your hands into your head, let go of the resistance. Just allow yourself to come closer toward your legs. Okay, release the hands, bringing them to the ground, bending the knees, lowering your buttocks. So I'm going to offer a crane, and if that's not going to work for you, you can just stay like this and maybe balance here. If you'd like to try it, step your feet a little bit wider. If you want to have your feet wide and just stay not in a balance on your toes and just in a squat, that's fine. But we'll all start with the hands. Well, if you're doing the crane, start with your hands shoulder width apart and your fingers spread really wide down on the ground in front of you. Hands really do need to be shoulder width. Now you're going to lift your butt. Your elbows are going to bend, but they're not going to splay out to the side. You really want to keep your elbows, your shoulders, and your hands all in line. As you lift your butt, start to shift your weight forward, 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 leaning your head in front of you until it feels like your feet can float off the ground. You don't want to bring your head toward the floor. You're moving forward, forward, forward. Nice deep bend in those elbows so that your legs have something to rest on. You keep the elbows from splaying out. And generally, at the point where the elbows line up over the wrists, that's when you can engage your belly and lift your toes off the ground. Okay, one more try or one more breath. And then come back down. Bring your hands behind you. Come onto your buttocks. Straighten your legs. And let's bring the backs of the hands together. We'll stretch out those hands again and circle them around each other. And then circle them the other way. And relax the hands. The arms can go out in front of you. A little bit harder is on the chest. A little bit harder is up here. I'm going to slowly lower down onto our backs. Once you get onto your back, bring your knees into your chest. And then we'll come into a happy baby, bringing the hands around the bottoms of the feet, taking the feet at the inside, lifting the feet. Try to get the feet over the knees. Once the head comes down, pull the chin in toward the throat. Take a deep breath in. And then when you exhale, drop your shoulders back toward the ground. Feel the pathways that the breath travels. Beautiful. Release the feet, bring them right down onto the ground with the knees bent. Lift your hips, tuck your tailbone, lower down, release the legs, shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you might want to put that on your eyes now. And then we'll all rest the arms out away from the body with the palms up. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the weight of the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw. Letting the lips slightly part. Yeah, relax the mouth. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. Letting go of thoughts and images. And turning your attention to your breath. Seeing where in your body you most easily feel the breath. Let your mind rest there. And then let your breath rest. Let go of intentional breathing and enjoy receptive breathing. Trusting that you'll get enough breath and let it just be. And bring a sense of curiosity to your breath. No two breaths are the same. Just notice this breath. Is it short or long, deep or shallow? Maybe the inhale is long and the exhale short, or vice versa. Just be interested in and rest with each breath. Deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest and rock from side to side. Enjoying the massage the ground gives you. Come center, rub the hands together, rub the feet together, waking up the body again. And then roll over onto your side. Rest your head on your underside arm. Rest your body on the ground. Just feeling the movement and the stillness. Slowly make your way up to sitting any way that you're comfortable. Sinking down through the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.